So just have your thick, heavy book ready. Nutmeg is here, at least until the mail gets here. A little step touch for now, and a little shoulder roll with it. And both arms squeezing up, elbows 2, 4, 3, 2. This time wide legs, open up, squeeze those shoulder blades, abs in, roll through a kind of standing cat, and inhale, open, standing cow. One more time like that. Beautiful. And then drop that down, a little step touch, and we're going to mosey our way over to the left. And here we go, stepping up on that book. Little quick steps. Pump those arms. And then we're going to turn that step up into a knee lift. And then we're going to turn that knee lift into a hamstring curl with a squeeze back. And then we're going to turn that into extension with an arm lift. And then we're going to come back down and step touch only for 4. Last 2. And then we go knees for 4. And then we go hamstring for 4. And then we extend for 4. And now we have 2 of each, 2 taps, 2 knees, 2 curls, and 2 extensions. And then 1 of each, 1 tap, 1 knee, 1 curl, 1 extension, and you're going to mosey your way over to the other side. We're just going to start beside the book, the little step touch, and then as you're ready, step up onto the book. And now we turn it into a knee lift. We did a bonus one there, sorry. Two more. And then that extension with, or excuse me, that squeeze with the hamstring curl. And then finally, we extend for 8 of these. And then we'll step up for 4. And knee lifts for 4. Four curls. 4 extensions. 2 of each, 2 tap ups. 2 knees. 2 curls. 2 extensions. 1 of each, 1 tap up. 1 knee. 1 curl, 1 big, beautiful extension, up and over you go. And then we'll just step touch, roll those shoulders out. We're going to go into a wide stance and come down. And shoulders out of your ears. Exhale, tuck and round. Inhale, extend. Tuck and round. And extend. Last time, tuck extend, and then let's drop that right shoulder in, press the right leg open, look up to your left, other way. Back to the first side. And second side. Roll those shoulders out. Okay, so we're gonna go up onto that book with our toes. You're gonna walk it out. You're gonna find yourself in a high push-up position. We're gonna start with all wide arms and push-ups. And then we're gonna hinge it back, step off of your book. Woo, walk it back, elbows on your thighs, roll cat, inhale cow, extend through that chest, lift it up, big deep breath in, and exhale, gently bring that down. All right, we'll have another set of push-ups in a wee bit, but let's get some lower body work. So we're gonna be back up on that book once again with our right foot. Abs in, we're gonna start with that little hip tuck. You just let your right hip drop to the right and then you tuck it under. I'm leaving my left toes down for a second just so you get this movement. And then you can begin to lift those toes off the ground so that left leg is simply hanging in space. I'm not lifting my left leg. I know it looks like it, but what I'm doing is letting my right hip shoot to the right and then tucking it under. And I usually do these pretty quickly. 2 more. Woo. All right, same thing. We're gonna leave that left foot hovering, flex through the toes. You're gonna bend the right knee just enough to barely tap that left heel and straighten. Bend and straighten, bend and straighten. Just small range of motion so you can kind of have a little bit speedy. There's 2 more here. Woo, we're gonna step off, take that right leg up and over, and shoot the hip to the right, arms up and over to the left. Press, get that long stretch, and then separate your feet a little bit so you can come down, roll into a cat. Not literally, inhale into a cow. Keep your support with your left arm, lift your right, push the hip back, and lift it up. We're gonna do those same 2 things on this side. Sorry, babe. So left foot is on. You can let the hip shoot out and tuck it under. Shoot it out, tuck it under. So it's not about the shooting out, it's about the tucking under, but you have to have somewhere to come from. And then you can let that right foot come off the ground. Couple more. Beautiful. Now that right foot hangs in space, left knee bends, right heel taps and lift, tap and lift. You can do this if you wanted to get some arm work. Just don't forget to reverse it at some point. Almost there. And bring it down. Left leg up and over. Arms go to the right, hips to the left. And then widen that stance for me. Come down, roll through your cat, inhale through your cow, support with your right hand, lift that left arm up, 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 and bring that back. All right, back up. You know what? Let's do that lower body, or excuse me, upper body again. So this time, our toes are up on that book, but our hands are going to be directly underneath our shoulders for a Pilates style push-up. That means elbows come back. And then we press straight. Try and keep your head in line with your spine. Keep it going for me, almost there. Nice job. And press it back. Ooh, walk off that book. Walk it back. Bend those knees. Roll to a cat. Inhale to a cow. Drop your left shoulder in. Back through center, drop your right shoulder in. Take a deep breath in. And now we go back to some more lower body. The right foot is back up on that book. Abs in. Bend the right knee just enough that you can tap that left toe in front. You don't have to put any weight on it, and then glide it back. Reach and glide. Arms if you want. So this one is still going to be glutes and hip, but should add your quad. Just two more in this direction. Last one. Now we're going to reach to the side and come back. Reach to the side and back. Two more. Beautiful. Now here comes that fun one. Lock that left leg as straight as you can get it. You're going to reach back without hinging at your waist, right? A little more work. An arm comes up, either arm, maybe they'll come up halfway. You can go all the way, arms by your ears for the biggest challenge. I find that I am better at stepping back if I don't bring my arms too high. So kind of balance those two things out. Keep it going. Last one. Reach it back. Woo, stand it up. If you have your chair handy, you're going to use that to support, taking your right ankle across your left leg. Bend into it, tailbone goes up and back, big stretch. Round it under, tailbone out again. Round it under, one more time, tailbone, and then cross that right ankle over the left. Hips go right, arms go left. And we get to do those things on the other side. All right, so weight on your left leg, right toes tap forward as your left knee bends. Did I say that wrong? Oh, geez, if I did. You all right, babe? I'll get the air conditioner one. Hang on. Two more. And now we reach to the side, sit into it. Two more. Beautiful, bring it up. Abs in, straighten that right leg as much as possible. Reach back, and again, you're trying not to hinge at the waist, but just stretch back. Arms if you want. And just two more here. And off we go. Left leg over right, tailbone long. Round it under. Press it out again. Left ankle over right, arms up and over. Just hold that stretch or come back to any stretch you want. I'll be right back. Sorry, puppy cats and Flo need air conditioning on. All right, goodness, okay. We are coming with that chair again. And we're going to use this for our upper body. We're going to step forward with our right leg. And weight is in your left hand. Very, very slight bend in that right knee. And you're going to do your dunking bird. And then you choose how you want to hold your book. But we're going to add come down, row up, and then stand. Come down, row up, and then come back. Down, row, and then up. Try and get the row while you're parallel to the ground so that it'll actually give you that challenge. Shoulders out of your ears, keep that in mind. Head is slightly lifted. Last two. We should feel that right hamstring. Let's go over. Keep that arm straight, bend that knee slightly, bend the elbow slightly, and both straighten at the same time. So knee bends and straightens, elbow bends and straightens. Woo! Hamstring and quad now. And relax. Bring that left arm up and over, tap your left shoulder, step back with your right leg, tuck your hip under, and get a little quad stretch there. Hand goes to the center of your back, and then to the right, and then take a big step back with your left leg. Right foot is going to flex up, bend your knee, get a hamstring stretch here. If you roll your tailbone under, you'll be missing it, so think about booty up and out. Happy little tail, doggy tail. And then we come up, and we get to do all that on the other side. So book is in your other hand. Make sure your left foot is forward, I do believe. And then we just start with the dunking bird. Just get that motion going. When you're ready to add on, you dunk, you row, and then you come up. Dunk, row, and come up. I guess it's more of a hinge than a dunk. Oops. Got the row always down. There we go. Give you a bonus second while you're up and over. Okay. Last two. Beautiful. Last one. And we're going to hinge back over one more time. Bend that left knee, bend the right arm, both straighten at the same time, tricep and quad. Chest open, eyes up. And relax. Woo. Right arm to your right side. Tuck that left leg back. Tuck it under. Hand goes to the center of your spine. And then hand goes to the opposite side. Step back with the right foot. Left toes come off the ground. Tailbone lengthens. Try not to round it, but really stick that baby out at the tail. And roll that up. All right. We're coming back to center. Chair is gonna, actually, we're gonna keep the book in the chair for a second. We're gonna make this an add-on move. So you're just gonna sit right on top of that. It should lift you up so that your knees are lower than your hips. Shoulders roll up, back and down. You're gonna have a nice wide stance, toes pointed out. And then you're gonna stand up and tap your book. Stand up and tap your book. You are welcome to roll up on your toes. I'm not doing that today. And again, the goal is to tap your book. I'm missing my book. Couple more. Chest is up as best you can. I know your hips are going back, that's fine. Last two. Last one, leave it down, reach back, grab your book, stay down, take your book into the palm of your hand, serve your platter while you're down here. When you're ready, stand up with it, serving your platter, and getting that deep squat. Last one, stay down, serve the platter, serve the platter. Maybe you lift your heels at this point for extra challenge. And then finally, straighten your arms out in front of you. Lift that book. Let me see, no droopy elbows, straight arms. Lower it down so I can see it. There we go. Now bring it in 1/4 inch, open it, open, open. So I can see the book, see the book, see the book, see the book. Good. It's not about bending. I need to see those arms get straight at some point. Good. Woo, we should feel these. And relax. Woo, shoulders roll up, back and down. And we are sitting up on that book again in the chair. Sitting up nice and tall. So because we're so elevated, that should allow us to tip forward just a little bit. You're going to take your left leg out and rotate it a little bit open. And you scoochie forward so your pubic bone is sort of like that. And that leg comes off the ground, and we try not to go here. So I'm actually going to flip it. I think the spine of my book will work better. All right, and then that leg is lifted. We point flex, point flex, point flex. 2, 1, point it, lift it. Flex it, lift it. Sit tall. I shouldn't see lazy boy recliner. Good. And then finally, point it, then stretch, 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 flex, press, press, press. Woo. Scoot over. Right cheek stays on the book and the chair. Make sure you're nice and stable. Left leg goes behind you, tuck it under, get that quad stretch. And as you bring it back, recenter yourself on that book. Scoot it forward so you've got a tip in your pubic bone, nice and tall. Right leg out and up, and we'll just point and flex. Good. Now point it, lift it. Doing your best to sit forward, flex it, lift it. And remember, it's off to the side. And then point it, then stretch it, stretch it, stretch it, stretch it, flex it, press, 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 and press. Oh, move that over to your other side. Right cheek, left cheek stays on. Right knee behind you. We'll feel that stretch and lift it up and over. Beautiful. Gently come on off of that. We're going to head down to the ground. You will need your book, but you won't need your chair. Oops. Stop playing. Yeesh. All right. Let's come down. We're going to sit right up on top of that book to start with. Legs out. Once again, we're going to find that tip. So scoochie forward, and maybe your book will open into the back so that you're very tall, your pubic bone is pointed down, and then with knees bent, you're going to hinge forward and you can flex through those toes. Now you can start to straighten your legs, provided that your body doesn't collapse, right? As always, shoulder blades squeeze together. You might even open and hinge. And then bring that down. We're going to do a quick little quad stretch. So the book is going to go parallel with your left quadricep down near the knee. I'm going to move over onto my abs. So the book is lifting my whole left side up, but I'm going to even it up by lifting my right hip, so I'm not rolled onto the right hip. Bend that left knee, reach around, grab your ankle. press your hips into the ground. That's the most important thing. Most of us are piked, so tuck the hips down. And again, make sure that your hips are even. You're not rolled to the right. So this should be a really nice quad stretch. And gently let that go. We're going to do the same thing on the right side. You guys can stay where you are and just move your book. I'm going to flip over. So now that book is underneath your right quad, again, down close to your knee, but not on your knee. And the first thing you'll notice is you're rolled onto your hips. So I'm going to lift. So my hips are now even. Reach back, grab that right ankle. Try and keep the knees close together, not wing to the side. And then the last thing I need to do is go from a pike to a tuck. So really get that quad stretch. And then we will gently roll off. And hopefully we're ready to head down for a moment. So we're going to head down onto the ground. Just have your book handy. You don't need it quite yet. Hug those knees in. Take a little rock side to side. Okay, baby? What's up? What's up? All right, and then right foot on the ground, left knee hugs in. Low back stretch. If you want more, straighten your right leg out. And then switch it up, left leg lengthens, right leg in. Again, you can have that left foot on the ground or stretched out. And then we're going to take that book, lift up your hips, slide that book underneath your tailbone. So not way up here, but down a little bit towards your sacrum. Sorry. All right, and then hug both knees in. Should give you a beautiful stretch because that's lifting you up. And then we come into tabletop. So please keep in mind, if this book spine is too rigid against your bones, you're going to cushion it with your mat. So we're going into our toe touch, abs in, ribs flat. You can make it a heel tap. Remember, this is all about keeping that low back the same distance from the ground. We could do both legs at the same time, abs in. You can heel flex it. And you could heel flex it with knees apart, little froggy position for a little more challenge. And then finally, we can go straight legs, and you can choose single leg or double leg. And then we're going to bend the knees. We're going to bridge up. We're going to take that book across our ribs and down to our abs. And then we're going to feel the weight of the book on the ribs, so we're going to sink those ribs down. And then we'll stack tabletop again. We're going to do another quick round of toe touches, just having that feedback this time. Again, it can be a single leg toe touch, single leg heel flex. It could be double leg toes, double leg heels. Wide angle. And final option is that long lever, straight legs. Or both. You choose, you've got lots of options. I'd like to see just 6 more of whatever you've chosen to do. And then gently lie back down. You're going to take that book and put it underneath your left palm and open that leg, or excuse me, that arm to the left. Feel a beautiful stretch across your chest. You're going to stack your knees in tabletop. Keep everything together. Try not to be squeezed in, but right over your hips, shins parallel, ribs flat. Deep breath in. You let your knees move to the left and center. To the left and center. You want to see your toes and you want to keep the knees together. This is a first version. Good. This time the knees go to the right. It should actually kind of feel like a nice stretch. but it might be a little more challenging. Knees stay together, remember. Last one like this. Back to center. All right, this time, don't worry, we're building up. This time that book comes into your right palm, arms open, legs in tabletop, knees move right. And then knees go left and center. And then relax. All right, so if you want to stick with those, you're going to do 6 on each side, right? If you want the last challenge, the book comes between your knees, and you have to keep your toes up and your knees together, or you'll drop your book on yourself. And this time you alternate sides, but we're going to do 12 of them, obviously. And we might have to do 14 in case anybody's just doing that one. Give them time to switch. Almost there. I'm not counting. Back to center. I thought I was counting, but I was counting 1, 1, and then I was counting 1, 2. So what the heck? If you're good, take a break. Put that book on your shins. Get a nice stretch here. And then book is going to go into your left hand. Palm is supporting it. Right hand across your ribs. Deep breath in. Exhale, pull the ribs down towards your hips. Keep that belly button in. Extend that arm by your ear. Nice straight arm. You're going to feel that hand, tricep stretch. Flex the palm as you come up. As you do this, there's no movement in those abs. And now we're going to add on, arm goes up and over, bend it, straighten it, come up. Up and over, tricep bend and straighten. Abs in. And last one, up and over you go. We're going to leave it there and just do 8 tricep presses. And then book comes to your rib cage, sink down, right fingers face you as the elbow goes up in the air. You can play with how far away or close you need that hand to be so you get that tricep stretch. And then book into your right hand, left hand across your rib cage. Deep breath in, exhale, pull the belly button in, arms reach overhead, feel that big stretch, and then back up. Exhaling as you lift, inhaling to reach. And then we're gonna add that that tricep press, and then straight up and overhead, bend, straighten, and up. And then we just go up and over and we press, press. And then again, that book can just rest, fingers face you, press that elbow to the sky, find your tricep stretch, move that around a little bit. And then you're gonna hug your knees in again, put that book down near your ankles, deep breath in, exhale, roll up and set the book on your mat. Bottom foot is going on that mat. Top foot can either be crossed in front or stacked up for your side plank. If you need a little extra support, be sure to fold your mat. Press that shoulder back. lift up out of it, engage, and then as you are ready, come on up, side plank. Beautiful girl. Couple more seconds. And then gently down. You're gonna move. Actually, let's leave the book there and let's go into our regular forearm plank from your abs. And bring it on up. Keep holding. Sorry guys, I have a little toe issue going on. Ooh, good for it. And as you're ready, come down. You guys can just pivot over. Looks like I guess I'm pivoting over too, because my space just got taken. So sorry, here comes my back facing you. Bottom foot goes on the book. Top leg can either go in front or stack it up and bring it up. What are you doing? And then as you come down, you are coming all the way over onto your abs. Look out in front of you. One last little thing here. Hands on top of that book. You want the book off of your mat so that it can slide a little bit. Toes on the ground. Deep breath in. Press down. Belly button lifts up and in. As you exhale, squeeze as you lift on the inhale at the top. Press it down. Exhale, lift and squeeze. We're just doing single counts here. You more. Last one. Hold it up. Shoulders out of your ears, but straighten the arms. So try not to have droopy elbows. Back, the neck is on. Pull the abs in and then lift your hips up just a little bit so you have everything going on and relax. All right, you're going to roll back over onto your spine. And we'll bring that book with us. We're going to bring that book behind your right hamstring and hug it in. Pull it over. Rock and roll side to side. Hug it in. And then we're going to flip that book so it's pushing my hamstring down and pressing my calf perpendicular to the ground. Now, your left leg could pivot open, it could straighten out, it can stay pointed as it was a moment ago. And we'll just move through that right ankle a little bit. And then a little bit different, we're going to take the book so that it compresses the calf and the hamstring. And then I'm going to use my hand to hold it in place, and I'm going to point and flex again. You're going to feel that trigger point a little bit. And then challenge, you can either straighten your leg out, or you could try putting the book on your foot and see what can happen. Or maybe you put the book on your foot, but you don't straighten your leg. And then we'll go ahead and bring the book over to the right leg up in the air, slide that left leg out, circle a couple big circles each direction, and then slowly lower that right leg down. Hopefully that right side feels nice and open. We can bend both knees. You can let that right leg flop open as you bring that book over to your left leg and pull it up and in. Draw some circles. And hug it in, flex through that heel, point flex, maybe some circles. And then to get that compression, move that book so that it's mid calf and mid hamstring, hug it in, and then try that movement. And you'll feel that spine of the book kind of press against those muscles a little in a lovely special way. And then straighten it out. You can either hold the book behind you or challenge yourself to put the book on the foot. Leg might not go all the way straight, don't worry about it. And then look over to the left, straighten that right leg out, big circles. And lower the leg. All right, your book is to the left. So you're gonna bend your right knee, cross the left ankle over it, and press open. Then you'll reach around, grab that right hamstring, little rock side to side. And then crisscross the knee all the way over, give it a hug in. And then left hand can slide under that book as the knees drop right. Big twist, but hopefully that shoulder stays down a little bit. Use your right elbow, push everything back up through center and across the legs. Bring that book over to your right side, please. Left ankle crosses the right, hug it in, thread your needle. Rock side to side. Cross the knees all the way over, reach down. Grab, pull in, and then if you like, slide your right hand under the book so that shoulder stays down as